Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of What's Wrong with Wrestling. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano. This is the Survivor Series recap, aka the B Show.
Yes. And they prove it every day.
Every single time.
I don't know.
Wait, were you actually disappointed by this pay-per-view?
Sure. I mean, why? Because you had low expectations?
Yeah, of course.
I guess I'm confused with good wrestling
Right.
with horrible endings.
Horrible booking, yeah.
Horrible bookings, finishes, endings. I don't understand anything anymore.
Here's the other thing: this is the Survivor Series pay-per-view, and the 3 Survivor Series matches all sucked.
Sure, yeah.
Like the singles matches were better. Like that. Like
I don't
those were the
understand.
highlights.
What was so bad about having these super teams back in the day? I loved it.
Yeah,
It was all Survivor Series matches. The whole pay-per-view was Survivor Series matches.
yeah,
The Hulkamaniacs,
yeah.
the Ultimate Warriors,
And
the Ultimate Maniacs.
how come
All of this stuff.
Raw beat SmackDown the last 2 years, and SmackDown has been doing bad in the ratings, and then they just signed this Fox deal for $1 billion. And yet after all that, they're still, not that you can bury a show, but like they're burying SmackDown. They won Raw wins every match.
There's got to be a reason for that. There's got to be a storyline to that.
Well, it's because
Maybe they merged the rosters. Maybe they're starting that now. They have less than a year to complete that.
well, because
I don't know.
After the first match on the pay-per-view,
Yeah.
backstage, Stephanie tells Corbin, if you want to be the permanent GM of Raw, then Raw better sweep the night. And I was like, okay, well, I guess he's not being the permanent GM of Raw, which obviously now, tomorrow night, he'll be knighted or whatever and promoted to the official GM of Raw.
Like, how old is Baron Corbin? 28, 29?
I mean, sure.
He's young, right?
Yeah,
And this is what he wants in his career?
sure.
To be a manager?
He doesn't have a say in this shit.
But I mean, his character, that's what his character wants.
Yeah, this is what the character
His
wants.
character's like, I won't, even though I'm like 6'10 and as big as anyone on the roster,
Yeah.
and was getting better at wrestling
He just
over
wants-
the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Now he just wants, I just want to manage.
He just wants control.
Yeah, I just want to tell people what to do. Although I guess he still wrestles when he tells
Once in a
himself
while.
that he'll give himself title shots.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't hate it. I think he's been good as a heel GM
Yeah.
because he's a crybaby bitch heel GM.
Right.
Cool.
That's how it's
Yeah.
done.
He answers to Stephanie. He feuds with good guys. You know, that's really the only way to fly on Raw is bad guy GM. That's the most entertaining way to go.
Yeah. Shane also tweeted, and it's stupid that we have to bring this up because the tweets are part of the storyline. But he was like, "This is not the night I had envisioned for SmackDown. Needless to say, something has to change." So he's teasing some big changes on Tuesday. Like, what could you?
What did
do?
Paige do wrong?
Right.
And her movie doesn't. When does that movie come out? Because I see a lot of trailers
I
for it.
don't know.
Vince Vaughn. Did you know he was in it?
Yeah.
Did we know this?
Yeah, we did. They originally
like a major role
They
in it.
originally said he was playing Jake the Snake Roberts, but obviously that's not the case.
How would the timeline work for Jake the Snake Roberts?
I think that's why that was total
Could
bullshit.
you imagine Vince Vaughn as Jake the Snake Roberts?
I know.
Hey, I'm Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I do.
be weird.
Carry a snake. Here's my snake. I mean, that's great. He's one of my favorites. You know, that should legitimize it a little bit. Maybe.
Well, yeah, but obviously he's not playing Jake the Snake. But anyways, you know, we have the Survivor Series kickoff, 2 hours long. That's fun.
And there was only one match on that 2-hour kickoff.
Yeah, one match.
Kicking it off.
Yeah. But during the kickoff show, they showed a video package of Lars Sullivan because he's coming to the main roster soon. Spoiler alert, no surprise.
No surprise.
No
here.
surprise call up, no surprise run out or anything. Just he's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming. I wonder if they'll put pants on him or shorts or
Nope.
No?
No, I think no.
Everyone's got they put shirts on everyone, even
I think-
Killian Dane.
I think he'll be coming until Royal Rumble, and then he'll just come out with the Rumble. I think he'll be coming for 2 months.
That's what they usually do, months and months of promos.
Yeah.
God. All right.
Because they don't know what to do with these guys.
So, yeah, for the kickoff, we have the Tag Team Survivor Series match. The New Day comes out all in blue, even blue pancakes. They introduce their team members.
Even though they're not the captains.
Even though they're not the captains. Why do this if they're not the captains?
Which they really taught us, being captain means nothing.
Yeah.
At all.
It really sucks, honestly. So Team Raw comes out next, and they all did the Glorious together on the ramp after Roode and Gable came out. The Colones were the first team eliminated. Lock of the century.
I don't know why. As soon as they started in the ring, I was like, he's not getting through. He's not tagging in anybody.
Right. And obviously, I'm not going to name all the eliminations here, just the significant ones or the ones that were interesting.
And they kept saying, this is a good way for one of these teams to kick off the pay-per-view with a win.
Right.
And even at the end, they were like, hey, SmackDown's up.
Yeah.
1-0.
Right.
And then they don't acknowledge it on the main show.
No, even WWE says the pre-show doesn't count.
Right.
Well, so why do we need to watch it?
Why are we having it?
Why do we have to watch 2 fucking hours of Coachman?
Yeah.
That's why you got rid of Coachman in the first place.
Right.
2 hours of Coachman. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? Imagine if we did predictions on the show and it took 2 fucking hours.
No, it would be us predicting what we would predict.
Right.
Because they're basically predicting a scripted show.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think I'm going to think about the tag team match? What do you think I'm going to think, Andrew? We're going to spend an hour trying to guess what each other's going to guess.
Yeah.
Then we'll get to our main podcast where we guess the stuff. All right. Well, let's see what happens. 2 hours of us. Joe thinks, Eric thinks it's going to be the bar.
Right. It's really bad.
Yeah.
So, also, Sanity got eliminated before doing much damage at all. Sanity. I mean, I guess. It's stupid that they even care about Team SmackDown because they're supposed to be a bunch of insane guys.
Right.
But they get eliminated fast. Roode and Gable hit their neckbreaker moonsault to take out Eric Young. At least they did their cool move.
Yeah.
There's also a good spot where Gable German suplexed an Oos off the top rope and onto everyone else outside the ring. That was really good. So the match had some bright spots. But
Kalisto gets hurt, and then he's replaced by another Lucha House Party member.
Jeez, I didn't even realize that.
Really?
Yeah.
They freaked out at the
Again,
the announcers freaked out about it.
I was just
Corey was like,
working.
wait, that doesn't count. And they go, someone says, Freebird rules.
Freebird.
Wait, hold on a minute.
In a Survivor
even under Freebird rules, if Kofi and Xavier start the match,
Right.
that's it.
Right.
They're in the match. If Kofi gets hurt, you can't just add Big E now.
Yeah.
Oh, he got hurt. Now it's me. No, the match already started.
Right.
But they allowed it.
Yeah. Xavier later went for his elbow drop, but the Revival caught him with the Shatter Machine to eliminate the New Day. That was really nice. So the final 2 teams are the Revival and the Usos, and the Usos get the win after a Superman punch splash off the top rope. He cocked his fist for Roman before splashing onto one of the Revival guys. I forgot which one. But score 1 for SmackDown? Nope, not really.
Score 1 for no one.
Right.
You have the Colognes, Lucha House Party, the B teams back, the Ascensions in this match. This match literally meant nothing.
It meant nothing
to anyone.
But it was the best Survivor Series match in terms of spots. At least there were a few good spots.
Well, yeah, the men's had some good spots.
But just
the women's was a waste of time.
It was. Well, that's the next, because the pay-per-view starts. We have the women's
and then
Survivor
the women's
Series
come out
match.
next. Yeah.
Mandy is the 5th member for Team SmackDown.
Yeah.
I mean,
which was just it's Mandy.
That's literally what they did on the pre-show. Oh, look, here we go, Mandy.
And I thought maybe this would be Mandy's. Look, you have to push people.
Yeah.
If I'm okay, Mandy Rose, is going to get the next big push. You have to let her win something. So I thought maybe she came down, and Corey was really hyping her early in the match. He's like, you guys don't understand. Mandy Rose, she's the next big thing. Maybe they let her win or do something special in this match. I mean, I guess she does good for
She
Mandy.
got one elimination, and then Corey Graves was like, Mandy Rose is dominating this match.
Yeah.
And then she gets eliminated.
And then Cole says something. They had a little weird exchange.
What else is new?
Where did you get this one?
No.
Where Cole says, well, you know, I think Mandy was just upset that Sonya was in the match and she wasn't. 2001, 2002, 2003. Well, Cole, you're an idiot. and then, so this, you know, they've never really done that with this team, right? You know, Jesse Ventura used to always call Vince an idiot.
Yeah.
Gorilla Monsoon an idiot.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Jerry the King Lawler used to always call people idiots all the time. This is their character. It's a weird dynamic when Corey does it to Michael. Michael's almost like a, look, I've been here too long for you to call me an idiot.
Right.
Right? Kind of guy, right?
Yes.
So Corey goes, well, you're an idiot.
Right.
And then another beat goes by, and Michael goes, thanks, Corey. And then Renee goes, oh, God. It was just this awful exchange where you're like, I don't think Corey was supposed to do that. And I think Cole took it personally.
Yeah.
Cole, he's a heel announcer.
Right.
He's in character. If you're in an improv character situation like pro wrestling, and he felt, you know what, my character would get pissed and say, you're an idiot here, then let him say it.
No, Cole, you're an idiot. You treat Byron Saxton like he's a schmuck, yet no, you're the schmuck.
Yeah.
It's you.
It's you.
Oh my! Even in the fucking WWE 2K video game, the announced team is Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Byron Saxton. In the video game, they take time to make fun of Byron Saxton.
Do they really?
Yes. Every match, you hear Cole and Corey Graves making fun of Byron, and it's like, Cole, you didn't pick on anyone in high school or middle school,
Why?
or elementary school.
Why is Byron even there for his, like, what, 2 words per match?
right?
It doesn't make any sense why he's even out there.
Yeah. Also, Natalya and Ruby Riott got into a fight backstage during the pre-show, so they were kicked off the team. And they were replaced by Bayley and Sasha. Good call there. I mean, they should have been in this match the entire time. I guess that was the plan. They just didn't want Alexa to choose them because Alexa's a heel, I guess. But she could just be like, look, I hate you, but you two are really good, so you're on the team. You know, why even do this in the first place?
I don't understand. Just let them. I don't.
They
get
should
it.
have always been in the fucking on the team.
Of course. I mean, the other matches, the tag team match, the men's match. It's all, look, I don't like you, but
Right.
if we're gonna win this thing,
Yeah.
and why would Becky Lynch even care? Like, why would she care? There's
Becky?
no motivation behind this stuff.
For Becky? Oh, you mean originally, like when she had Team SmackDown?
Why would Alexa Bliss
Oh, Alexa Bliss.
care about who wins this Survivor Series?
I mean, her
match?
I kind of get because she's sucking up to Stephanie. She's bad. She's, she's doing like the Corbin thing, eating.
Are we as fans supposed to care? Like, are we as fans supposed to take sides? Like, I bleed red. I'm a blue guy. I only love
I think
blue.
that's what they're trying to do, but no
Why?
one cares.
Why would you divide us when we're fans of WWE? Why are they trying to
Again,
divide us?
They're trying to pretend like it's two different companies, which it's just not.
It's just not.
They try
And
to
it's
do
not
this.
the only time of year where we get to see this.
Right.
So I really don't get. Are we supposed to take sides? Are we supposed to care who wins?
Again, when there's no stakes, how
There's
can
no
you care?
stakes.
How can you care? There's no stakes. No one gets anything. No one gets anything for winning.
The winner of this match gets their title as the last match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, why not?
Something.
Something.
Even baseball's like, we got to do something, and then they realize that was really stupid.
But you know what? But then Raw would just win Survivor Series every year.
Every year,
Oh
yeah.
wait, they do anyway.
Oh, that's
So it wouldn't really matter. But a brawl breaks out to start this match, and then Tamina super kicks Naomi, eliminating the captain for Team SmackDown right away.
yeah.
And then right after that, Carmella rolls up Tamina to eliminate her, and then Carmella has a dance break.
So that's what I don't get. Like, I thought this was going to be Tamina's coming out party because her and Nia are this monster team now, and you have to show that Tamina can go over and be strong.
Nah.
Nope. No, she gets rolled up by the skinniest girl on the other team.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
So most of the eliminations were boring. Bayley and Sonya were both counted out. Really dumb. But then the highlight of this whole Survivor Series match was when Sasha and Asuka had like a nice one-on-one for like 5 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, that was the best.
Yeah.
It was really good. They should have just had that match.
Just that match.
Just them, one-on-one. It was like, good God, look what they can do.
Right.
They're so good.
Yeah.
But then at the end, Sasha goes to the top rope. Nia pushes her off, betraying her teammate.
Yeah.
Sasha then taps to the Asuka lock, and we're down to Nia and Asuka, but Nia gets in the ring right away and leg drops Asuka multiple times and then hits the Samoan drop for the win while the arena boos the hell out of Nia Jax. Because Nia Jax now has Roman Reigns heat for breaking Becky's nose and giving her concussion. So Nia is the new Roman Reigns, I guess, because everyone hates her. She
didn't do much in this match.
No,
And then she
didn't.
wins it for Raw.
And again, like, how can you have Nia versus Ronda after this? Because what if Nia hurts Ronda? You know, like, she's hurt everyone else.
Yeah, it'd have to be a quick match.
Yeah.
But it's Ronda. Well, we got to get to Ronda.
Right.
There's so much to talk about with Ronda.
So yeah,
match.
we're backstage where Stephanie tells Corbin, you know, Raw has to sweep if you want to be the GM. But then Shane and Paige walk up, and Paige says, after tonight, Raw will be feeling a little blue. Except, no, they won't.
Not at all.
Corbin mentions AJ Styles and Becky are both out. What is AJ out with? Broken balls?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I guess so. So Shane tells Corbin, I'm looking forward to seeing my sister fire you at the end of the night. Again,
Sure.
Not happening. Next up, we have Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Seth had his cool half Raw, half Seth Rollins shirt on.
Yep.
Nakamura was all blue.
Yeah.
All blue.
All blue.
This match was fine. It went longer than we thought it would, but
Sure.
ultimately it was what we thought it would be. Like, a good match, but not great.
Yeah.
You
Two
know?
guys that again, if they were going for the NXT title,
Yeah.
we said this on the NXT recap
Yeah.
last night. Like if they were going for the NXT title, this would be a unbelievable fucking match.
Yeah, of course.
There'd be a lot of false finishes.
Right.
There'd be everyone like, you know, just doing all kinds of moves and stuff. No, it was your typical like, hey, Seth Rollins did his thing and they
Right.
did this and then they do a lot of moves and the ending was kind of neat, I guess, and it was over.
Yeah, a good match. It's just
Most importantly, no Dean Ambrose.
no Dean.
No Dean.
Because Seth had to win.
No Dean.
Seth had to win because Raw had to sweep.
Yeah. No Dean.
No Dean. I mean, he could have...
Not even a Dean beatdown after.
Yeah, like yeah, right. That's what I thought. You know, Dean beat down afterwards because I picked Nakamura to win. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, here comes Dean.
Do you have his interview later?
I have it. I don't have the audio, but
I mean, like you talk about it. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
because-
going to talk about that, but we'll wait.
well, Seth wins with the curb stomp. No, later in the night, Charlie Caruso tells Seth that he'll be defending the IC title at TLC against Dean Ambrose.
So your worst fears have come true,
Yeah,
and we're rebooting this feud.
yeah.
This feud that lasted a year.
Oh yeah,
Like these two.
yeah.
Like
I
Reigns
mean-
would jump in once in a while.
I mean,
and do some stuff,
over a year because
but it was these two.
It took Dean over a year to get his revenge on Seth, you know, with the whole Money in the Bank briefcase, because then Seth was injured. He came back. I mean, it was like 2 years.
The internet rumors better be true that this
What?
has something to do with Renee.
What?
That like she cheated on Dean with Seth or
Oh
something.
my God.
It's got to. It's got to.
But that would make Seth the heel.
Yeah,
It would.
you're right.
At least in my eyes.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck you, Seth.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
no
know.
way.
I mean, I'm joking, obviously, but like,
Right.
like I just don't. These will be good matches.
So this is
I
match
guess,
1 of 10.
at least. They'll probably trade the title a couple times too.
There's no way there's no way this goes to Mania, right? They're gonna fight at Mania for the blow off. Like match number 8 at Mania.
For the IC title, for a title that neither one of them should be fighting
Meltzer
for.
originally said like it would be for the main title, but I don't see that happening. There's no way. There's no way.
I don't know who could beat Lesnar or get the hands on it.
Right.
Plus, you still have Strowman that you have to give the strap to at some point. I mean, is there anyone that would
Maybe
be a bigger?
McIntyre.
I think that'd be amazing. But
Those are
I
the
don't
only
think-
two options I think in WWE's mind of where can this title go after Lesnar. There's only 2 options for them. For them. Like in Vince's eyes. It's McIntyre or Strowman.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
but aren't the odds of Strowman winning the Rumble as of this moment like do you take Roman or the field right now? I'm not Roman, Braun Strowman. Strowman or the field right now? Because I don't think it's close.
You would take Braun?
Yeah, right at this moment.
I would take the field.
We'll see what changes.
I don't think they're going to have Strowman and Lesnar again at Mania. Again? Like a third time?
Do you watch the show? Do you not watch this show? I'm pretty sure you're part of this podcast every episode where we complain that these pay-per-views are redos of matches.
But the one thing...
Again. Again.
Well, I mean...
Shit.
Yeah.
That's all we see.
The one thing they do at WrestleMania, except for Roman and Lesnar...
Except for Roman and Lesnar.
Is repeat matches. But, you know, hey... Maybe I don't know. I have a feeling they don't see Braun as the guy anymore. I think maybe it's they're moving on to McIntyre.
He moved like he didn't even win the title. They've been pushing him for years.
I know.
They can't even give him the strap over a part timer.
The only title he's at is the tag titles for 24 hours
Jesus.
with an 11-year-old. Moving on, backstage, the men's Raw team is arguing backstage. Corbin insults Braun because he can't touch him. Or Buddy can't touch him, so instead he throws Leo Rush into him. R-Truth then shows up and says, guys, we got to stay on the same page. And they're like, you're not on Team Raw. Get the fuck out of here. So, yeah. R-Truth. Next up, we have The Bar versus AOP. Drake Maverick gets involved in the match, which pisses off Big Show.
And then pisses him off himself.
Exactly. Big Show grabs Drake by the throat, and then Drake Maverick pisses himself. Except it was really awkward because he obviously had a device in his pants because he kept squeezing it, and it looked like he was like jerking off or squeezing his dick. It was so stupid.
Then he started pushing it out. He's like pushing his pelvis out. Like, look at my dick. Look. Like he was like almost saying, I want everyone to see I'm peeing myself.
Yeah.
Awful.
Right.
Awful.
Really bad. But this distracts The Bar. And AOP takes advantage.
And the Bar are like this. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're just staring at his dick.
Look. They're like this. Look.
Yeah.
Like looking right into it. I don't know where they're going with this. Like, I don't understand anything anymore. This is what you do with the tag titles match at Survivor Series. You make it about the little guy pissing himself.
I guess that's why he had to be their manager, not Paul Ellering, because Ellering was like, I'm not doing any of that stupid shit. I'm not going to piss myself.
Like, we already think this guy's a joke and he's a little kid, and then you make him pee his pants? Like, what?
And again, he's a good guy GM and a heel manager on two different shows.
He's still a good guy GM?
I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't confirm or deny that.
But when you see him talk, he doesn't, like, they show the video package when he was talking about the Cruiserweight title. He didn't seem heelish there. Very stupid.
I don't understand that.
AOP gets the win.
That was stupid. That was just like lowbrow, dumbass humor. And I hated it.
Drake 316 says, I just kind of pissed my pants.
Yeah. I tried to piss my pants.
Yeah, I tried to piss my pants. But the highlight of this match was not the match, but it was Enzo Amore.
What the hell?
In the second row, on opposite camera side, so you could clearly see him. Although the cameras did a good job of avoiding it, but then all the fan videos on Twitter came out. Yeah. Enzo stood up during the match. He got cheers from the crowd, but eventually was removed by security.
Forcibly removed.
Oh yeah.
And then they were saying he's like in the dungeon, like underneath most arenas. There's a jail where you can hold people. And like he...
well, it's like, how can you get... I mean, he wasn't arrested because...
What is he doing wrong?
Right, exactly. He wasn't arrested because he posted a video on Instagram like an hour later back at his place or wherever the fuck he was, laughing about it.
But they can really remove him just because they have the right to refuse business. Blah, blah, blah,
well,
blah, blah, blah.
He stood... He did... But they would have removed anyone in this case because he stood on a chair.
We've stood on chairs.
No. But he's on the second row from camera, standing on the chair, like making a scene. Anyone would have gotten removed.
Yeah, I guess.
If you were doing that.
Removed or warned. If it's me or you, don't be just like, hey, down, stop.
No, I think they would. I think you'd be removed. We had fans that brought signs and just from like they walked across camera side and they got removed for it.
Yeah.
But no, here's the thing. A lot of people online were like, yeah, oh, so pathetic, Enzo. Just a pathetic move by Enzo. This was so good. This was like Scott Hall invading WCW. Like, I'm not saying he's as good as Scott Hall. I'm just saying it was cool. Like, this was a real invasion.
Right.
Because he's legit fired and he's like, like, it was cool. Here's the thing. If CM Punk would have done this, everyone online would have been like, oh my God, this was so amazing. CM Punk. But because it's Enzo, they're like, oh, pathetic Enzo. So sad.
But why is it pathetic?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't. Why
it was so fucking cool.
He bought a ticket to Survivor Series. He showed everyone he was there. And then that was it. He was
like,
gone.
what if Cody Rhodes did this or Kenny Omega?
Right,
everyone
they'd
would have
lose their minds.
They would have ate it all up.
Yeah.
So just because it's Enzo, there's like, oh, pathetic, but it was fucking awesome.
Look at you, like with the little sympathy for Enzo.
I've always had Enzo's back ever since he was falsely accused, and he
Why
got
do you
royally
let him
screwed.
back?
They should.
Like, wasn't he a good part of 205?
The rumor was that was like the final straw because
he was already
everyone
getting beat. Yeah.
hated him. I could see him being annoying. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing. Was like he annoys the fuck out of everyone because he's always like just super hyped the whole time. You know, like he's on coke all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was hilarious. I don't see how you have to love that. It was so
funny.
good. Backstage, the men's SmackDown team is pumping themselves up, but then R-Truth walks up and tells Shane, I want to be on the SmackDown roster. So, R-Truth was on Survivor Series, not Randy Orton. Randy Orton did not make an appearance. Or AJ Styles. Next up, we have Buddy Murphy
Didn't
versus...
he tweet something too, Randy Orton?
I didn't see. I don't know.
No?
I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have. I don't know.
Maybe Eric showed me.
Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship. There were a lot of big spots. These guys can do anything. But again, if I don't care about the characters or the story, then I don't care about the match.
Yeah.
But there were good spots.
Like, I'll give you a thumbs up for the match.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Probably the most I've ever watched of a 205 Live match.
Yeah. Murphy retains. It was fine.
Yeah.
You know what? We haven't been grading it. I guess we'll just grade at the end since we didn't do it this time.
Okay.
Like from the beginning.
Yeah. It wouldn't take long. I mean, I know where we'd be right now.
Let's see. Women's Survivor Series match, that was bad.
So we're not starting with the pre-show?
No.
Yeah, the Women's Survivor Series, I would start at a D.
D. Rollins Nakamura.
I would stay at a D.
C minus.
C minus.
Bar AOP back to a D.
Yeah.
Murphy, Ali, C minus. Bring it back up a little bit.
Sure.
And now we're at the Men's Survivor Series match.
Oh, no.
So to start the match, McIntyre and Braun are arguing about who starts. McIntyre tags himself in, and he has his back turned. So Samoa Joe attacks McIntyre from behind, trying to lock in the Coquina clutch. But McIntyre gets out of it and hits the Claymore kick to eliminate Samoa Joe right away. So two things here. Either they just straight up bury Joe for McIntyre's benefit, or Samoa Joe's legitimately hurt. But if he is, why did you put him in this match to begin with?
Yeah.
You know?
They even said, was it Renee maybe? Who was announcing this match and said, oh my God, like Joe's their ringer.
Yeah.
He's gone already. Yeah. He's like one of the only good things about that team.
He has to be hurt.
Don't get me excited about Jeff Hardy, who I love, but he's old. Don't get me excited about Rey Mysterio, who I've never really loved.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Miz is great, but he's not the dominating force that's gonna win you a Survivor Series. Right. He's a sneak up behind you and put a knife in your back, which I'm fine with.
This was like the dumbest fucking match because
Samoa Joe was the only wrestler in that match.
Raw had two monsters.
Yeah.
SmackDown has none of them. They only have one badass, Samoa Joe, like you said. And once he's gone, Raw just kicks their ass.
They just kill them.
What the fuck was the point?
Right.
Why even have the match? Like, on paper, you're like, Raw's going to kill them. And then Raw kills them.
Hey, Shane, I love you, bud. But don't you think AJ Styles or Randy Orton could have done a little bit better?
I mean, what the fuck?
A little bit.
This is why, though, because they just wanted Raw. I don't know why. We don't know why. Again,
we're hoping we're gonna
why
find
they
out.
wanted to bury SmackDown so much here.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out, but it's WWE, so we probably won't. So anyways, McIntyre tags himself in later without Braun's consent, so they start fighting, and then a big brawl breaks out. At the end of this, Team SmackDown gets Strowman on the announce table, and Shane elbow drops Braun through it. By the way, Shane was the MVP of this match.
Sure.
Shane was so good, and it's like, okay, well, I guess he is the best in the world.
So I'm watching. Yeah, well, Yeah, I mean, his moves, all of his moves were great.
Yeah.
And even when Braun took him out.
Right. So later, Mysterio eliminates Balor with the 619 and the springboard splash. Just eliminates Balor like he's just anyone else.
Like, after Balor was dominating Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. After that, McIntyre punches Balor and throws him out of the ring because I guess that's his next feud. Shane then hits Ziggler with the coast to coast to eliminate Dolph, just like he did at Crown Jewel.
Yep.
A couple of minutes later, he goes for the coast to coast on Lashley, but Braun clotheslines him in midair.
Jesus.
Which it's like last year Shane did this, or 2 years ago. Fuck, I don't even remember. No, it was 2 years ago because he's been on Team SmackDown for 3 years now.
Yeah.
2 years ago, Reigns
Because they
speared
won 2
him.
years ago, right?
Yeah,
SmackDown. This match,
yeah. And Roman speared him in midair while he was trying the coast to coast, which he got a concussion for.
Yeah.
And this time it looked really bad too when Braun clotheslined him. So Lashley then goes for the pin, but Rey Mysterio breaks it up. And that's where I was convinced that Shane was winning this match for Team SmackDown. I was like, okay, now Randy Orton's coming out and he's going to, do
RKO
some
everybody?
shit. Yeah.
For Shane?
Right.
Yeah.
I figured like maybe Braun and McIntyre would take each other out or something.
Yeah. Plus, the heel face thing is blurred on these matches. It's a little blurred if you're trying like, hey, I bleed blue for now.
But why save Shane there? Just obviously we know why, just to save him for the end.
I know you're going to get to it, but when Shane was by himself and comes through the ropes, and Braun Strowman is like, bro, he's not like hurt.
Yeah.
He's like at full strength.
100%.
And Shane is about to die.
100%.
And you're thinking,
I have voices in my...
Matthew goes, I'm watching this with Matthew. He was cute. He like curled up and he's like, let's watch some Survivor Series, right? And he was like, oh, so Shane obviously wins because it's like three monsters versus 1 weak guy who's beat up.
Yeah.
He's like, for sure. Like Shane wins this, right, Dad? I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like, I'm not feeling that. I wasn't feeling it in that moment. I just wasn't. I wasn't thinking RKO. I was just thinking he might put up a little bit of a fight, but yeah, it's not going to happen unless Drew McIntyre just gets in the ring and clubs Braun.
See, I thought that would happen, and then Orton,
something, a combination of something.
Anything. If you paired Shane with Orton and just was like, this is my guy, like, it'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course they won't do that. No. This is my imagination running wild, thinking of cool ideas that WWE is incapable of.
And even if you had to have Raw win for some crazy reason, you still could have done all this. Yeah. You still could have aligned them even for a night and had him take out a couple of the guys, right? Right as Braun is about to end Shane.
Yeah.
RKO out of nowhere. That would actually be out of nowhere.
Right.
You don't see him coming. He's not in the match. And all of a sudden he drops Braun. And as the other two try to chase him, they chase him away from the mat. And after an RKO and then Shane does anything, you could pin Braun. Like, that would be okay.
That
would be okay.
Hashtag RKO for hire.
Yeah.
But no, Shane's the last man. He's exhausted. Braun just beats him up a little bit. Power slam. Win.
Credits.
After the match, Corbin knocks Braun down from behind and then runs up the ramp.
He just hits him in the head and runs.
Yeah.
If you're going to do something to Braun, you need to, like, end him.
Well, McIntyre...
He's like...
McIntyre's right there. Why doesn't McIntyre just beat the fuck out of him? He hates him.
And he kind of ran, too.
He ran away. They all fucking ran away.
Like, McIntyre's been the one standing up to Braun.
Right.
It's funny because they're kind of the same size.
Yeah.
Like, McIntyre's huge.
Right.
So he hasn't been running away, so I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing.
So at this point, it's Raw 4, SmackDown 0, and 205 Live 1. So even 205 Live has a win. SmackDown doesn't. Really sad. Just sad for SmackDown.
Really sad.
Next up, we have Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Ronda's outfit was awesome, but she had the stupid eye makeup again.
Yeah.
Charlotte told Ronda at the beginning, "This is my throne." But I'm always amazed every single time at how good Ronda Rousey is at wrestling. I can't, just to be this good, that like right at the beginning of your career. Again, her first match was amazing.
Yeah.
This match was amazing. Just how good she sells. She sells better than most people in wrestling.
Right.
Most people on Raw or SmackDown or even NXT. She
Anytime
sells.
Flair put her in anything, she was screaming in pain.
She threw her into the bottom turnbuckle and she just fucking hit that and went like, she's so good at selling.
Yeah.
It's insane.
She really is.
You can
Kurt
tell
Angle.
she's been.
She's Kurt Angle.
She is.
She did something else in a previous life, was really good at it, came to wrestling, and she's great.
Like she, you know, before this, we always knew she was a fan because she would show up to WrestleMania. She did that thing with The Rock 4 years ago, and it's like, no, she really is a fan. You could tell because that's how she's just so good. You knew she could do the moves because we've seen it for real in UFC.
Yeah.
But I'm always like amazed by her. So really good job by Ronda. Charlotte worked on Ronda's leg the whole time, and I don't know if it looked like a real elbow where Charlotte accidentally elbowed Ronda in the jaw for real, which busted open Ronda's mouth. Some people, you know, thought it was fake blood, but it looked like they showed it in slow motion.
Again, it was very red, but
it was an elbow to the jaw, and
I can see you busting. I bust my lip all the time on the inside.
Right. So Ronda's bleeding.
Yep.
Ronda goes for the armbar multiple times in the match, but Charlotte keeps escaping it. Charlotte goes for a moonsault off the top rope, but Ronda gets her feet up. Ronda later hits the swinging Samoan drop, which Cole said Ronda calls the Piper's Pit. So they finally have a name for the move.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, good. I'm glad we finally have a name for it.
Piper's Pit, though. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. Ronda gets fired up, but when she turns around, Charlotte hits her with a great spear and a really
Huge
close
spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And gets a really close pinfall. Charlotte puts Ronda in the figure 4, but Ronda rolls out of it, and they roll out of the ring. Ronda gets Charlotte in the armbar again, but this time Charlotte rolls out of the ring. So Ronda goes after her. She turns the corner, but then Charlotte hits her with the kendo stick, ending the match in a DQ.
You think this is how it was supposed to end with Becky? So they just said, screw it?
Yes.
Keep the same ending?
Yes. And this is why it was weird, because the whole time you just feel bad. You're like, this is what Becky was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know?
And it would have fit Becky's character.
Right.
Kind of.
Charlotte.
I mean, Charlotte was holding her own in that moment.
Right.
There was no advantage for either person.
Well, she was outside the ring like, oh, God, my arm.
I guess.
Yeah.
But she didn't sell that while she was both arm chopping her over and over again.
Just right before that she was.
But I mean, like, I didn't feel that. I thought anyone could win this match. I mean, they should have had a legit ending. This was bullshit.
Charlotte.
It would have been a 5-star match, no matter who won it.
Yeah.
I think it would have
been. It was leading to that. It really was.
Even Cole said the 5-star thing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Which is weird if it's Meltzer's thing.
Right, and they hate Meltzer, but they kind of use it as their own thing now. I mean, Meltzer didn't invent 5 stars, you know. He just invented like rating matches 5 stars.
Yeah,
but 5 stars, that's been used for everything.
Cole's like, man, this is a 5-star match, but what, Cole? You guys booked this.
It could have been.
You know what I mean? You could have had even Charlotte swing and miss with the kendo stick.
It was on the way,
and then throw her back in the ring and win legitimately. You know what I mean? You didn't have to have it end like this. This was garbage.
Charlotte
goes over by doing this. Well, go ahead. You can read it.
So Charlotte proceeds to hit Ronda with the kendo stick like 20 times.
Yeah.
She then gets a steel chair and hits Ronda with the natural selection on the chair. 4 extra referees get in the ring to try to stop her, and she beats all of them up. She then puts Ronda's head through the chair and stomps on it.
Ouch.
So once Charlotte... Okay, so anyways... This is what Charlotte was bitching to Becky about. Like, you're a horrible person.
Right.
You're just beating the shit out of me and everyone else. Like, and now Charlotte does that.
Yeah. This doesn't make sense to her character.
This heel turn
is
makes
she
no
a heel
sense.
now?
Of course.
I guess she's going to stay a heel?
Yeah.
They're not even on the same show.
Well, I guess Becky and her BFFs again. Maybe that's what Becky told her when she hugged her. Just murder her. So once Charlotte leaves, multiple trainers come to Ronda's aid, and she eventually gets up and tells the crowd, I'm sorry. Like, what do you have to be sorry about?
Yeah.
It's
This
just
was
stupid.
awful.
She then leaves on her own
She's
power.
beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
There's marks all over her poor body.
At this point, I was like, how long is she out for? Because, especially when they do the steel chair to the neck.
Right.
Like, no one ever gets up on their own. They're always out for a while after that.
Long time.
But Ronda gets up. She leaves on her own power. She then looks at the crowd on the stage, and they boo the shit out of her. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Is she going heel too?
I
don't know what's going on.
How can they all be heel?
They're all on different shows, but
I know, but
I don't know.
but come on. If Ronda shows up to Raw tomorrow, and then what is she gonna do? If Ronda shows up to Raw tomorrow, let's say she's fine and she's not gonna be out for months. So she shows up to Raw tomorrow, does whatever, right? if she doesn't attack Charlotte on SmackDown, what the fuck? I mean, then she's a total bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has to attack Charlotte on SmackDown.
I don't
100%, or at least has to try. You know what I mean? There has to be some angle there where she tries to attack Charlotte, or else she just looks like a total bitch. Because they ruined her here. They fucking Roman Reigned her here.
Yeah.
Everyone in the arena booed the crap out of her, which the crowd shouldn't have done that. Because, I mean, look how fucking good this match was. But they had Charlotte beat the shit out of her, and then she just walks up the ramp all sad. And they played it the whole time. Like, that's usually where you cut.
But she looked at the crowd. If you're looking at the crowd like sad, like
yeah, I want sympathy.
that's one thing. She was looking at the crowd like
because she was
what the fuck?
Confused by the booze. Yeah,
what the fuck? Like you don't do that.
I don't think she was
cut it. Mitts would have been like cut off of her.
I don't think she was expecting that. But usually, what you do here is you cut the lights. Like leave Ronda in a bloody mess in the ring. You cut the lights. They play a video promo on the Titantron while she walks up the ramp, so that there's no spy. But no, they on purpose put the spotlight on her and showed this whole thing. So if this was their plan to get Ronda booed, then what the fuck? And if it wasn't, what the fuck? It's just what the fuck is the point here.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
But I guess we're still building towards Ronda and Charlotte at Mania.
I guess, but now
this
Charlotte's going to win as a heel? I don't know.
This totally fucks over Becky's spot.
Kind of.
Because what do? Do you have Charlotte and Ronda at Royal Rumble, then have Becky at Mania? I don't know. It just seems like they've totally fucked this up.
Yep.
Which they did.
Yeah. Agreed.
So now it's time for the main event. Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. Daniel comes out first, but no yes chance down the ramp. Instead, he crawls like Finn Balor. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Lesnar's music hits, and he takes his sweet-ass time coming out. He was counting all of his money. That's confirmed.
Confirmed.
So the bell rings, and Daniel drop kicks Lesnar's knee right away, and then he leaves the ring. Brock comes out of the ring, so Daniel goes back in. The mind games. Eventually, Daniel engages with Lesnar, and Lesnar just clotheslines Daniel in the head. And then he hits Daniel with one German suplex, and this was brilliant by them because before this whole match, everyone was like worried, okay, Lesnar's a dangerous worker. You know, we saw what he did to Sunil Singh on Raw. He dropped him right on his fucking head. So he hits Daniel with one German suplex, and it looks like Daniel lands right on his head.
It's horrible.
And they sell it that way because Daniel doesn't move. Like, he's like, I'm dead. And I guess they were like, let's do this to make everyone think that Daniel's career's over right here, you know? Because, like, I was like, I literally was like, oh, my God, he killed Daniel.
He murdered him. They looked really, really bad, for sure.
Like, so it was really good.
Yeah.
The ref checks on Daniel, but he doesn't respond. Obviously, you know it's a work because they would have stopped the match for real. But
yeah.
Brock grabs Daniel and takes him to Suplex City.
Yeah, and then he just throws him around for 10 minutes.
He throws Daniel out of the ring. He holds up the Universal Championship. More suplexes. He hits an F5 and goes for the pin, 1-2, but he pulls Daniel up because he wants to beat him up some more.
Super heel versus another heel.
Right. Brock goes to pick up Daniel, but Bryan kicks him in the head twice. Brock goes for another F5, but when he throws him, Daniel kicks Mike Chioda, and Daniel lands on his feet. So with Chioda down, Daniel kicks Lesnar in the balls, which, is this why they had him turn heel, just so he can kick Lesnar in the balls?
You wouldn't have had to turn heel to kick a guy in the balls like Lesnar. He's a bully. He's a dick.
Yeah.
Good guys can kick people in the balls.
Like, this is the only way Daniel could get an advantage is by kicking him in the nuts?
Yes. That's how they do it.
Right.
And even then, you still should have let Lesnar tap.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
He kicks him in the balls. He hits the running knee, which Lesnar sells the shit out of. Again, when Lesnar wants to, he's fucking great.
Yeah.
He sold the bump he took on that running knee was insane. It was so good that when Daniel went for the pin, I was like, I know Brock's going to kick out, but what if he doesn't?
But damn.
But what if he doesn't kick out?
Yeah.
Of course, Brock kicks out. Daniel then kicks Brock the way he did to AJ on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And for the next few minutes, Bryan keeps avoiding Lesnar's attacks and counters with his own. Eventually, Brock slams Daniel into the ring post, and then he tries to hit Daniel with the steel steps, but Daniel moves. Daniel would then hit another running knee in the ring and goes to the pin. Brock kicks out. Daniel beats on Lesnar some more, does his drop kicks in the corner. And on the third, he's charging for the third drop kick in the corner. Lesnar picks him up for an F5, but then Brock falls down. He collapses, which was another like really cool spot.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, he really hurt him. Maybe he has him here.
And he puts him in the yes
Daniel
lock.
immediately puts him in the yes lock in the middle of the ring.
The crowd loses it.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, AJ's here. Like, that's how crazy they went when he put him in the yes lock.
Because before the match started, I was like, who do I even root for? They're both dickheads.
Right.
But once, like Daniel started coming back, you're really rooting for Daniel. So Lesnar almost taps, eventually gets out of it. Daniel gets him in it again.
Right.
And he almost taps. And you're like, oh my
And
God.
he does that thing where he looks at the ref.
Yeah.
Brock looks at the ref with like concerned eyes. You're like, he's going to fucking tap.
This is the thing, is Brock could have these great matches, and most of the time he chooses not to. It's just like, fuck, man.
But why not just let him tap? Who cares? Then Daniel has that over AJ. I beat Lesnar, you didn't. Daniel can always say, I made Lesnar tap. He's going to be there forever. He's a full-time guy. What? And he's an all-time great. Is he not?
Yeah.
Is he like a top 5 guy right now?
Daniel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have him after a low blow as a heel kind of beat Lesnar.
They're waiting for Roman to come back to beat Lesnar.
That's
Like he's... Well, I mean, come
can't
on.
plan for a guy to
I know.
get off cancer treatments. And
I know.
I just, this would have been, again, it's a great match, a good match.
Oh, it's
with a horrible ending. With just an ending where you're just like, oh, right.
I mean,
Lesnar
we
just
knew he was going to win.
I know, but
I loved the match. I really did. So, eventually Lesnar gets out of it. He picks up Daniel. It's one more F5 to get the win. So, yeah, Brock wins, of course. But I did love the match.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, if he would have won, it would have been like, holy fuck.
Right.
What
a great ending. But nope. He loses and then that's it. Fade to black. And that's Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And so, again, we've got off the letter thing again, but I would say for me, it's a C- at best. Only because the matches were really good. I just didn't like the finishes.
The last 2 matches were really good. I would even go as far as to say Daniel and Brock did a 5-star match.
No way.
If Daniel wins, it is a 5-star match.
I would argue it maybe. Because
But
the
that's
story
just 2 wins at the end.
the story though, that's part of the
The
story.
only difference is who wins, though.
Absolutely. That's part of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart have a 5-star match at WrestleMania 12?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If Bret wins, is that a 5-star match? No, because the story arc doesn't.
I mean,
take
I
place.
get it. It just depends on how you look at it.
I guess so. I wouldn't say 5-star. I think Brock was still kind of stiff, a lot of pacing, a lot of walking around Daniel, very one-sided most of the match. You can't call that a 5-star. I thought it was a great match, but again, I really think you could have let Bryan go over here.
Of course, but not in Vince's
No
eyes.
reason. Stop protecting Brock. Stop protecting a part-timer. Matter of fact, let him lose all the time. When he first came back, he lost to Triple H all the time.
His first match back, he lost to Cena at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
His first match back. And then he lost to Triple H at Mania. Yeah, he would lose a lot.
Lost to Triple H again, one of the next couple pay-per-views after Mania.
He didn't get this status of like a monster who kicks out of everything until he beat Taker.
Right.
Well, actually, it was he beat Taker and then he murdered Cena at SummerSlam.
Right.
Which that was gonna be the Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan didn't have to retire or go out with the concussions and everything, he was gonna murder Daniel in that match. It probably would have been similar to this match.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how Survivor Series ends. Raw sweeps it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. C-. I mean, the last 2 matches were great, but it doesn't make up for all these other horrible matches and just.
But what's worse than watching an amazing movie with a shitty ending?
I know,
And that's what that was the Flair Rounder match.
That's No Country for Old Men.
yeah. That's the
No
Flair
Country for Old Men is the best movie with the worst ending.
match. Right.
It really is. But yeah, the last 2 matches were great, but they both had disappointing endings. Again, you saw the Brock one coming.
Right.
We didn't see the Charlotte heel turn, but the Charlotte heel turn makes no sense. The Becky heel turn made sense.
Yeah.
She's like, I've had enough of your bullshit, Charlotte. Charlotte just turns heel because, oh no, someone's better than me. That's why Charlotte turned heel.
But it's stupid. Yeah.
You hurt my arm too many times.
Let her just win. Let her beat you clean so you can beat her back at WrestleMania where you don't lose. Where they're obviously trying to do a streak for
Who knows if... again, I have no idea.
They're trying to do a streak for Flair.
Right.
And it won't go 17 or 18. What was it? 20? 21-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be like 10-0. And then
It's better. No one should do that ever again. No
Right.
one.
But
It was special with The Undertaker.
But they're going to do it.
How many?
Well, what does she have? 3 now? 4?
Yeah, I think so. 3.
Yeah, 10.
10.
Because they're not going to let a female wrestle until she's 40.
At this point, though, if the next Ronda Charlotte match is WrestleMania, how does Ronda lose that match? There's no way.
They can't do that next. No, they fucked it up.
Yeah,
they screwed up.
Right. So yeah, C-. Let us know what you would grade the pay-per-view. What was your favorite match? What was your favorite match, by the way? Because it's tough.
The Flair Ronda match was still my favorite match.
Okay.
It was so good. I just hated the ending. But I loved the match.
I'm going Brock, Daniel Bryan. But yeah, those are my 2 favorites.
Well, I don't think it's close. What else would you even put up there?
I mean, Nakamura, Rollins, but that was
good.
Everything else was like meh.
Right.
Anyways, it's time to announce the winner of the Survivor Series scorecards.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
How do you want to do this? Eric was the champ going in, right?
Eric was the champ going in.
He had the worst score.
He did.
And then...
it always comes down to a couple little things. We've tied a lot recently.
Couple little things. We haven't had a double champion in a while.
Oh, Lord. Who was the last one? Oh, yeah, me.
But you know who was the first one?
The current one?
And the current one. Me.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask, come on, you're Triple H, I'm Shawn Michaels. Let's go. Ready? And go.
Who's the double champ?
Me.
Who's the show champ stopper?
Me.
All right, that's good.
Now say who is always right. Say that.
That's our show. Thanks for being a Patreon.
I don't know how I'm going to carry around these 2 titles. I don't know. I don't know. I've done it before, but I don't know. We'll have to figure something out.
This might be the longest someone actually reigns with this title because there's no pay-per-view in 2 weeks. We actually wait a whole month.
Yeah, when is
it's
TLC?
Rare.
TLC? We
it's
4
like
weeks
middle
away?
of December, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. Actually get to hold on to both of them for a while.
Double champ.
Yeah. I'll do it in January.
January?
I think so.
So you're conceding TLC?
It's TLC. I'd rather win them at the same time like you did.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it is pretty awesome when you win 2 titles 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
This the NXT one's I'm gonna wear that one all the time. This is the main title one. It's prettier, but it just doesn't mean as much.
No, predicting shit that's good is way better than predicting shit that's bad.
Very true.
For sure.
But thank you again to all you people on Patreon that support us, and we'll see you Tuesday night.
You're lucky we're in this really pretty studio now.
Why is that?
Because if we did a recap like we used to do in front of the green screen with more room, I would take this title and shove it up your ass. You should cut it right before I say be nice cut.
I'm going to bed.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, it kinda looks like Kevin Owens. Dean Ambrose is in his daydreams, and Charlotte is in his sex dream. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling, oh no. Obnoxious, crazy, loud, egocentric, no doubt that's Joe. Self-proclaimed strongest and best-looking man in the world. Loves wrestling, but only part-time. Strong, big Flair's pretty sublime, yeah. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with
He's just a troll.
What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. Always kill
Lashley.